Is it better to listen to mono in mono? Cameron in London, England asks that very question. And he says, what are your thoughts on listening to recordings originally released in mono formats? Would you prefer to listen to these through a single mono loudspeaker, or would the phantom center in a stereo setup suffice? That's actually a great question, and I appreciate that. And for those watching our videos, these are the new P15 power plants. Cool, huh? See the bigger screen on here? For those of you that are listening through Ohm's Law, we're looking at our new power plants, which are the successor to the P10 power plant, and they have the new bigger screen and the new cool stuff. Anyway, there's a whole rack full of them here, which kind of cool. Anyway, to the question at hand, I would have to say I would much prefer to have a mono speaker playing a mono recording. I'm not a big fan of stereo playing mono because it doesn't do a very good job of it. I remember back in the days when mono speakers ruled, and it's not like I want to go back to those days. Okay, I don't. I mean, I love stereo, I love the way that it images, but there was a magic to the big mono systems that were set up. I remember JBL corner horns and big Bozak setups. There were some grand sounding mono speakers, and for a couple of reasons. First reason, whenever you set up a system, whether it be stereo or mono, you are maximizing the position of the speaker and the types of electronics that are driving that speaker to best create the sound that you're hoping to achieve, right? So in a stereo setup, I'm gonna do my best to place those speakers in the perfect area from left to right to create that great center phantom channel and a good sound stage that comes from behind the loudspeakers, detached from the loudspeakers. But that's stereo, and that's mostly what I'm going to play. And when I play a mono record on that stereo system, from pretty much anywhere I stand in the room, I should hear a good center image. But in the instance of a mono speaker, we have the same requirements. We want the sound detached from the speaker, behind the loudspeaker, not coming forward of the loudspeaker. But once we have that and we have created that sound stage, then when we play a mono record, it really does sound as good as a mono record could ever sound. I'll tell you a brief little story, real quick. Alan Blumlein was a British inventor back during, I think it was World War II. And during that time, he's the guy credited with inventing stereo. And the story goes, he and his wife were at a movie theater. At the time, those movie theaters had just started doing talkies, maybe in the 30s or 40s, but at this time, talkies were a big deal. And they would have a large mono speaker in the middle. Well, you can imagine as the actor walked across the stage, talking, you know, he's coming over here and he's talking and he's moving across the stage, his voice did not follow his image. And Alan turned to his wife and said, I think I can do better. And that's how stereo came to be. And what he did, of course, is create a illusion of three-dimensionality using two speakers. So as you walk across the stage, you come closer to the left or you come closer to the right, but everywhere in between and in the center. And that's because left and right speakers pointing straight at your ears, you hear the same sound and you believe it is right in front of you. But a mono speaker will do that better on a mono recording. Hope that answers your question. Thanks for asking it, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.